Have you ever felt low motivation or energy to complete important tasks? Have you ever felt or perceived tasks to be excessively arduous? Have you struggled to put down your phone or screen after hours of wasted time spent on it? Are you struggling with an addiction or feel your impulsive need to engage in self-destructive behavior is interfering with your divine purpose and life goals? If you feel that you resonate with any of the above statements, this lesson is for you. It is very possible that you struggle with a dysfunctional relationship with dopamine. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter responsible for sending signals to the brain when you are experiencing something new. I think it's possible to suggest that Heavenly Father created this part of us to drive us towards self-improvement. Dopamine, unlike oxytocin and serotonin, is designed to help us to not be content with where we are in life and to strive to become better versions of ourselves. Oxytocin, the neurochemical released from physical touch, and serotonin, the neurochemical released when watching a sunset or walking barefoot in the grass, both increase feelings of contentment with our current life and situation. These neurochemicals offer a yin and yang to our balance of personal progress. Though dopamine can be an incredibly positive tool to drive us towards success in life, it can be easily hijacked by the world and its lures. Every time we engage in scrolling on social media, eat overly sensationalized food, or engage in addiction, or simply take shortcuts to complete a task with less effort, we release dopamine. Dopamine also regulates our perception of effort. For example, when we wash our clothes, we have a neurological imprint as to the amount of effort needed to complete the task. However, if we went back in time a few hundred years and had to use washboards, we would perceive the experience to be exponentially more arduous because of the imprint that dopamine has had on our pursuit of new experiences. Dopamine is our drive and motivation. Recent research suggests that dopamine could be considered a currency that should be carefully used throughout the day and can be renewed through proper sleep. Every time we spend our dopamine on things that don't require effort, such as instant entertainment through social media, our dopamine window shortens, creating what we now call ADHD. Could create an entire lecture surrounding this topic alone, but suffice for me to say that ADHD is to dopamine as diabetes is to insulin. Every time we engage in a behavior that requires more effort and patience, we lengthen our sustained dopamine window. For those that have studied insulin and how our modern diet affects insulin spiking windows, simple sugars and isolated carbohydrates have a similar biological response. The homeostatic mechanisms that regulate insulin are similar to dopamine as well. As you know, the term homeostasis is the body's regulatory system intended to keep the body from reaching any extreme level in any health category in order to keep the body going. A simple example of this would be to shiver when you are cold. This is triggered when the body recognizes its core temperature is dropping below baseline requirements and is warming itself back up again. Taking time off of instant gratification and engaging in effort can be healing for dopamine. However, you must understand that according to the laws of homeostasis state, what goes up must come down. Or in other words, it's necessary to go through a season of feeling all of the opposite feelings of dopamine, such as feelings of depression, boredom, stress, as well as any emotions that were buried. Often, emotional and mental health are feelings that are hard to confront. Addictions can often arise from an easy way to cope with emotions. Rather than following the difficult path of feeling, we can mask it through dopamine highs. Remember, dopamine creates an imprint of effort required to get a desired outcome, like washing our clothes. Escaping to an addiction can create an imprint of how much effort is needed to process the emotion, which can make the alternative feel more arduous. You can reverse this process by engaging in difficult tasks every day. Minimize spending of dopamine and be strategic and intentional about its uses. Frequent media fasts are also helpful. Avoid activities that spike dopamine first thing in the morning. This will make you feel unmotivated throughout the day, and right before bed. This will make it hard for you to sleep. Dopamine is in the same neurological family as adrenaline and norepinephrine that offers boosts of energy, again for the purpose of giving you motivation to complete tasks. The true transformative power comes through Christ, so above all, seek His power in your attempts to heal. God bless you in your efforts to heal your relationship with dopamine and reclaim your motivation, drive, and pursuit of progress.